Shout out to the rhythm of Black
Shout out.
people, because I feel like if we didn't have time built into us, this would be a lot harder.
You think that's like what do you call it, epigenetics? Like maybe Black people are very aware of time because we weren't paid for so much of it.
That's not where I thought you were going.
It's just in your blood to just know what time is passing,
I thought you was gonna say like, oh, we're just so in tune with the universe.
Oh no,
because we were the heart and center of all of humanity. Our heartbeat is time.
I'm like, you remember slavery? All that time we didn't get paid.
Wow, I feel it. Hi, my name is Brianna.
And my name's Imani.
And you are listening to Home with the Homies, where you, our potential future homie, get to hang with us, the homies. Like if you were to go hang out with your homies and y'all sit and chat and play games, and sometimes you hype each other up, sometimes you shoot the shit, and sometimes you just get to be with each other. Well, whatever happens at a hang with the homies is always exactly what you need. And so that's what our podcast is.
Wow. All right. Intro question, Bri. What is the blackest thing you've done this week?
Ooh. I'd say the blackest thing I've done this week is dress like a 90s music video.
Yes.
Personnel.
Yes, it was giving
I went
Aaliyah.
to a housewarming party this weekend. Shout out to the Three Kings and their new palace in Grace Ferry. And I came in with my long black wig and backwards hat and reflective red and black shimmy shiny shirt, some ripped boyfriend jeans and Adidas, my Adidas, and I felt very hip hop.
Yeah, it was very Leah, very red album, and like her self-titled album came out today, so like shout out, like,
Oh my gosh, did it really?
yeah, Don was listening to it this morning during breakfast.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful. Then I heard Kate Renata play once, and that was the only song I
he
recognized.
played one Kate Renata song and then put on Aaliyah.
I clearly tuned out. I heard Kate Renata and said, "I'm here for the vibe."
All right.
But what's the blackest thing you've done this week, Imani?
The blackest thing I've done this week is I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's like last week I was on time for work every day last week, and so this week I was late every day this week, which is really my norm. Honestly, I'm always late. So
So your CPT decided to kick back.
Yeah, my CPT. I was on vacation with my CPT last week, and I came back this week. But it is what it is. Like, I don't really have a real work start time. I have more of a range, they're like, be here around this time. It's not like I have a hard time of when I need to be there. So it was cool, but I would say that's probably it. Because I really didn't do much this week but work.
Damn.
So
it'd be like that.
It do. How was your week?
I think my week has been okay. Like, it's been really good on a social level, which is wild for where we are in this panorama.
Yeah.
But then also just like my body has not been at 100%.
Yeah.
Every day this week. So from just like not being able to speak to not being able to breathe is like different ends of the spectrum.
Raspy Bree was here this week.
Yeah, which was weird because a boss of mine today was just like, oh, not today. You sound sexy. And I was like, huh?
Oh, okay. I don't like that.
It's one of those things where it just kind of like came out and was like, I don't think I should have said this. But it wasn't like in a weird way.
Okay. Yeah. I understand. Catches you though.
Yeah. Where I just also am like, we do get real comfortable in these spaces. Maybe we should
remember where we are.
Right. That this is professional conversation.
Yes. Still, I don't care how lackadaisical it feels right now. We are at work.
But anyway, I mean, let me know if I do sound hot. I don't know what. Because I've been thinking about it lately. I was like, I feel like I want to be a hot girl. I feel like I've been suppressing my inner hot girl for a long time, and I'm ready to step out.
Let out hot girl Bree.
Hot girl Bree.
Hot girl Bree.
I don't know what that looks like, but we'll find out.
It's a self-discovery, I guess, yeah, hot girls do what hot girls want to do.
Exactly. I'm trying to be on hot girl attitude.
Yeah, you do whatever it is you want to do, and you don't care what anyone else has to say about it. Like, shout out to Meg.
Yeah. Shout out to Meg. Shout out to Cardi. Shout out to LaKayla, Beyonce.
Yeah,
all of your
I like Bia. Shout out to Bia.
Yeah. All these like daily affirmations.
Yeah. Yes.
So
daily
I got an attitude. Bitch, I got an attitude.
I love the rap ladies right now.
Me too.
Like,
I'm here for the hype.
I'm here. It's not even hype. Like, it's been a long time coming.
Hype energy is what it is.
Yeah, independent ladies doing what they want, not giving a shit. I feel it. Well, like my week this week, I had a pretty down week actually.
Oh no.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Therapy be hard, and so yeah, it just be like the residual effects of therapy going with me throughout the week, and I'm just being like, damn. But like, I'm learning to like mourn my childhood, which is like something that I need to do, I guess. The childhood I never got, really, is what it is. And it should be hard. It'd be just like, damn. But like I had to talk to my grandma yesterday. Shout out to grandma. And she was like, despite all that, Imani, like, you are here, and you just gotta like take it for what it is, like, it happened. There's nothing you can really do to change that, but like keep moving forward. And I was like, Mel Dog, you right, girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, that really like turned it. Yesterday was very pivotal for me. I had a very pivotal day yesterday. And so like today I woke up feeling fine. I was like, wow, this is like the best I felt in about a week. And then I have therapy like in 2 days. So I'm like, damn, I hope it doesn't like bring me back down. But that's life. It's like uphills, downhills, uphills, downhills.
Yeah. I'm like, and it's long. So
it is. Yes.
Even though like there's like a lack of opportunity for you to be irresponsible, you can still like run free.
Yeah.
There's still like a cool freedom that like your inner child can latch onto that you might not have actually had as a kid, because like, kids don't have freedom, but you as an adult, you can do all the things that your childhood self couldn't.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in control of the situations I am in, and like children often don't have control. Like that's no. Yeah, like that's just childhood. You don't have control of your life. But like now I'm like 25, so I can do whatever the fuck I want when I want. And when I'm unhappy with a situation, I can remove myself from said situation.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's like, it's so easy to get lost, in that. And so just having to like ground yourself again and like find your ground and like remember like, hey, that's the past. Be more present. Like, yeah, just remembering to be more present is key. Is key.
Wow. Yeah. Shout out to growth and therapy.
That's also the blackest thing I did this week.
Was grow.
So yeah.
Dope.
You ready to play this game?
Yeah, let's play some games.
All right.
Do. So here is our first game. Top five.
Top five.
So the way that top five works is we are going to sit here and argue down our top five whatever for the week.
Today is Black cartoon characters.
Yes. We each have our own list of our top five Black cartoon characters, and we're going to present our list, our arguments, and we have 5 minutes to defend them. And then we have 5 minutes to decide on the top five for the culture. Yeah. And if we can come up with a list of top five, then like, congratulations, We win. Like,
Yay.
the culture wins. We don't have to have these arguments anymore. Everybody can just like put down their own list because we have decided what the actual top 5 is. And if we don't get it done in 5 minutes, well then blackness is not a monolith.
Exactly.
And we still celebrate.
Yes.
But today, top 5 black cartoon characters. Imani, you have 5 minutes on the clock. How would you like to present?
All right. So my top 5, and this is in no particular order. Okay. All right. I just got 5 down, but my top 5. Let's start with Gerald from Hey Arnold. Okay.
Okay.
I like Gerald because Gerald was the cool black friend. And then just also it's like Gerald was down to do like whatever like scheme you had, but like also Gerald knew when like these white people were wilding. And he'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna set this one out. I'm gonna go home today. And you gotta respect that. That's dope. All right. My next one is Susie Carmichael.
Okay.
From Rugrats. I love Susie just for how she like drags Angelica. Like she never let Angelica like get away with whatever. Like Angelica can talk to these babies like how she wants, but she's not gonna talk to Susie that way. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Susie. Penny Proud, for all of her faults, she was still a carefree black girl. Mm-hmm. And like, an icon. Like snaps to that. Or my next one is going to be Garnet from Steven Universe.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Because like I feel like Garnet really like held them together. Like she was the glue in that family. And I think that's so iconic. Like, it reminds me of my aunties. Like I love that. Like this wisdom that Garnet is so ready to bestow. And sometimes this wisdom may not be like something you agree with. You might be like, hey, I don't know if I necessarily agree with you on that, but I guess I appreciate the advice. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Garnet. And then I am going to say this one, I don't know, like he's voiced by a black man, Goliath from Gargoyles. And
what is Gargoyles?
Disney's Gargoyles, Brie? Gargoyles is wild. It has such a like complex plot line. Like it's one of those shows that it came out in the 90s, so it's a 90s cartoon and it's really dark for it to be aimed at children. But it's like one of those that like if you miss like 5 minutes, you have missed like such a yes, like it's wild. But like Goliath is this gargoyle. He's like the head gargoyle or the main gargoyle, whatever. He's like voiced by, I wish I could remember his name, but like, it's an iconic black cartoon voice. David Keith. It's like something like that. But like, I don't know. I just love Gargoyles, like the cartoon, because the plot is just, it gets so mature. And I'm like, the audacity of this Gargoyles team to be making this advanced, complex plot line for this children's cartoon. I love it. I love the 90s for that always. And then, but then also, like, I will say, too, it's like there are certain things about Goliath that just are, like, so, like, unmistakably, like, black about him. But I love the fact that he's, like, he's a gargoyle. So he's not black. He's not a black man.
I'm trying to look it up, but
I think his name is, like, Keith David.
I just think it's funny that Wikipedia has the show listed as urban fantasy.
See, because they know David was, they know that Goliath was black. And like homegirl was like Latina. She was like Afro-Latina. It's full of like POC.
Because I'm like, if we're talking about gargoyles, why is this urban?
I know. It's like wild too because they were gargoyles on this like old like Scottish castle. And then like the castle gets forgotten about, and then you meet again in like 1994, and it's like this billionaire who is like, I want this castle on top of my gigantic like skyscraper. So he like flies this castle out like to New York City to put on top of his skyscraper, and like that is how the gargoyles like wake up in today's time, because they're like gargoyles who were active like in the 16th century or something, and like they wake up in the 90s and have to adjust to like today's time, And then I will say honorable mention is Monique from Kim Possible, because she was also just a cool black friend. And I love when she started going on missions with Kim, even though she was like really bad at it. Like, she was not Kim Possible, but she was just like trying to help her homegirl. So honorable mention is Monique. But that is my list. That is my top 5. So, you know, take it or leave it.
Okay, dope. 10 seconds left. Do you want to like shit on any other cartoons that are not in your top 5?
I guess Cleveland Brown, because he wasn't voiced by a black person, and that would be it.
Right on time.
All right, Bree.
Okay.
Top 5.
And timer starts now. My top 5, I'm going to go in no particular order, but I will shout out the 2 folks that you have also shouted out.
Okay.
So let's start with Penny Proud.
Mm-hmm.
I also agree that Penny may not have been like
top 5,
a perfect human being, but nobody is.
Yeah.
And that was pure representation for my young eyes. Penny Proud taught me about Kwanzaa.
Yeah,
Penny
that was
Proud
like
just
the
being
only time I heard
related
my
to
name.
Sugar Mama. Like, I call my own grandmother Sugar Mama. So if that doesn't tell you how much like
Yeah.
Penny Proud was such an influence on my life. Love this girl. Plus, like, she was cool. She was awkward. She had an attitude, and yet she was still her own person.
She was.
So good for her.
Carefree black girl.
And Susie Carmichael, same thing. Again, me at my young baby brain age was still always looking for like representation on TV.
Yes.
So Angelica was my favorite character because she was the boss. She was the girl boss. And then Susie Carmichael popped up on the screen, and I was like, just kidding, that's my new favorite.
Right here.
And she also brought like such a positive spin because I was mean to my little brother because Angelica was mean to babies. And then Susie was like, you don't have to do that. You can be nice to people. And I was like, yeah, be nice to people. And so now just redirected that bossy energy instead of just being like, shut up, babies, to come on, everybody. Like, let's just be friends. And so I'm just like, I am a Rugrat, but I am now Susie Carmichael, the Rugrat. And so next on my list, I have Craig of the Creek.
Yes.
Because Craig is pure black boy joy.
He is.
I love it. I eat that shit up all the time.
Me too.
I just love that it's just like him and his weird friends just like having a good time by the creek.
In the creek.
Yeah. A bunch of casual blackness.
Yes.
Also, like, his friends are weird, but everybody who plays by the creek is weird.
Yeah.
It's like they have a whole underground like dealings and currencies.
You know, playing outside requires you to be a little strange and have an imagination.
You're right, but the fact that the whole creek is like committed to the same imagination is what's wild. The fact that they all know like who's it, and the day that like somebody starts passing the it around, it's a day. But everybody's just sitting here defending their fences and their forts like this is Game of Thrones or something, and it's just a bunch of kids by the creek.
By the creek.
Who
Playing
never do
outside.
their homework, I guess. Come home, immediately goes to the creek. Does nothing else.
No responsibilities.
No. Then we have number 5. Number 5 is on my top 5 from the codename Kids Next Door, because she was also the cool black friend.
Yes.
And I don't have anything other than that. I feel like
right.
out of all the cool black characters, number 5 is my cool black
The
friend.
coolest.
Yeah.
All right. That was 5?
No, my last one is Valerie Gray from
Gray?
Danny Phantom. I don't know if you remember. Okay, so I was like looking up all the black cartoon characters because I was like, I don't want to just like go with the first 5 that I think of. I want to like, who are my favorite? And then I came across a couple that I was just like, I don't actually know too much about you. Like, I remember and I want to do my deep dives. And so Valerie was somebody that like I came across a deep dive into. And so like she initially, like her dad was a security guard someplace, and there was like this ghost dog that came in and like destroyed her job, and Danny Phantom came in and like also couldn't like stop the ghost dog from destroying everything, and so like her dad lost her job, they had to like sell everything, they went broke, and so she decided to have like a revenge plot and become a ghost hunter. So
I remember that.
Take down this ghost.
Yes.
But then also
Boss bitch.
somehow she like slipped and caught some feelings for Danny Phantom, because like, I mean, an evil genius was like trying to push them together, because he knew that she was Ghost Hunter and he was Ghost, and like they don't know that they're the people that they're chasing after, but Danny knows that she's a Ghost Hunter. Anyway, point blank period, the fact that Homegirl has such an arc over all the seasons.
You're right.
And it's always about like her and her needs. I'm just like, I might have missed this when I was first watching Danny Phantom.
But I see now.
But you about to make me reinvest.
Wow.
So I'm like, shout out to Valerie Gray for making my top five off of just pure luck that you were the one that I did my deep dive into. But now I'm here for it.
Okay.
And with my last 10 seconds, I will also say forget Cleveland Brown. But it's really just like forget Seth MacFarlane, because they just try to make it Black Family Guy instead of the Cleveland Show.
Yeah.
And who cares?
Who cares?
That's my top 5.
All right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay.
So now, I hit repeat. Okay, we have 5 minutes to defend the culture.
All right. So we can agree on Susie Carmichael
And Penny Proud.
Carefree Black girls over here.
Yeah.
I'm really gonna. I think Gerald from Hey Arnold deserves that spot. Like, I think he is cool Black friend. I love Gerald. I think he was hip. He had a cool hairstyle. You know, he was with it. He was just living in the city. Relatable.
I hear you, and something about Gerald makes me want to just put a pin in Gerald as well. Okay. Because I'm thinking about Craig, Valerie, and Garnet. I can hard agree with you on Garnet. Garnet made my long list but didn't make the short list.
Okay.
But for the culture, I would definitely put Garnet up there. So if we go Susie, Penny, Garnet, happy about it.
I can add Garnet in there. All right. So 1, 2, 3, we got it. 4. You know, you had to jog my memory a little bit with Valerie. But you know, she sounds like a pretty boss bitch. So
she is.
Yeah.
She even levels up. Like after she gets a whole new suit, and it's just like, I'm gonna double down on catching Danny Phantom. Fenton? Danny Fenton is the human. Danny Phantom is the ghost.
Yeah.
But they're both the same person.
They are.
I love the like one letter switch, and all of a sudden that's supposed to be a disguise.
I was like, how does no one notice it's Danny Fenton?
Literally the exact same kid.
I'm like, your parents are horrible ghost hunters, dog.
Yeah. But the girlfriend's not. She's
not
on it.
All right, so Valerie's on that list. So who's coming for that top 5 spot, Bree?
It's either Craig or Gerald. I'm not even gonna argue for number 5. I mean, she's cool, but I have a good defense.
Like, there would be no Craig without Gerald, I would say.
Craig is not trying to be a cool Black kid. He's a suburban weird nerd.
I don't know, dog. Like, I feel like Craig like is a cool Black kid in his own merit. Like, I don't know. There's something about, I feel like Gerald was allowed to just exist. And so does Craig. Like, Craig just exists. And I feel like without Gerald, there'd be no Craig. But I will say that, you know, like, Craig is the epitome of Black boy joy on today's cartoons. And, like, shout out to him. Shout out to Craig. Like, I'd be up in the Craig in the Creek.
I feel like I don't want to kick out Penny Proud for Gerald, but I'm just putting it out there as a proposal.
I don't want to kick out Penny, because Penny deserves that spot, you know, like arguably top 2 and not 2, but maybe I'd be open to that discussion. But, you know, I don't know, dog. Like, I guess.
What's your favorite Gerald moment?
When he was an apple and I think Arnold was a pineapple or something. I don't know. I just feel like...
Wasn't you a banana?
Oh, yes. I think Arnold was the apple and he was a banana. All right. You know, Craig can have it.
Okay.
You're right. Craig can have it. Craig of the Creek. So, I mean, if we came to a consensus, dog, like...
And we still have, like, 90 seconds left.
Any last minute changes? We got Susie Carmichael, Penny Proud, Craig
of the Creek,
Valerie Gray,
Ghost Hunting Badass, and Garnet. I just want to also add that Garnet is voiced by Estelle. Yeah. So beautiful vocals all around.
I know. Every time she like sings a song, I'm like, yes.
Maybe with our last minute, we can just continue to shit on other Black cartoon characters.
Okay. Like who?
You're right, because I don't want to shit on anybody.
Yeah, other than Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, and it's not even Cleveland's fault.
No,
it's just the fact that he's
It's just like you're just not a Black guy doing this voice.
But Craig was also not written by Black people. Craig of the Creek is written by 2 white dudes.
Is it voiced by a Black person though?
Yes.
All right, that's more. I care. I'm not gonna say I care more about that, but I just feel like it's a bigger offense to have a whole Black cartoon character and not use a Black person. I feel like that's a bigger offense. Yeah. So I guess that's like permissible.
Yeah, I'm just here for the diversity of Black representation in cartoons.
Diversity and representation is important.
Absolutely, because
Oh, there's our alarm.
That's
Look
our
at
timer.
Us having conversation.
So shout out to
our top 5.
Our top 5.
We got it for the culture. So yay! Like for the culture, that's dope. Top 5. Don't argue with me. Argue with yourself.
Yeah, we decided. This is top 5 Black cartoon characters.
Black cartoon characters
for the culture.
For the culture.
You're welcome.
Get to say it. So you're welcome.
Top 5.
Okay, so now it's time for Fernando the Question Pig. If you're wondering who Fernando is, he is a little piggy bank, a little red plastic piggy bank that Bree was given upon graduating from college so she could start saving to pay back those loans. But instead, we're filling him up with questions for this podcast. We're just going to ask each other some questions. See what happens.
Yeah, normally our plan is to have like a guest on our show that we can also hang with. We want to invite other homies into our podcast, but it's episode 1.
It's just us.
Yeah, why don't you get to know us, the homies, first before we tell you about our
other homies?
You got to trust your friends before you trust your friends' friends.
You right. That is so true.
Yeah. You don't know who's about to walk into anybody's house and you're just like,
okay.
I don't even know you like that.
You're bringing around these people.
So let me.
Who are you, homie?
Question 1. Where did you go to school and why?
I went to West Virginia University, located in Morgantown, West Virginia. I went because I'm a native West Virginian, and therefore I got in-state tuition and the Promise Scholarship, which pays for a ridiculous amount of college. So that's pretty much why I went there. I was really trying to leave that state. I was not trying to go to school in West Virginia, but like Morgantown was cool. Like, I'm not gonna say I had a bad time. I had a great college experience all around, and when I say great, I mean I experienced everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. Yes. Yeah, it wasn't like great, like highly recommend this school. It was like it was a college experience, and so I studied theater, scenic design and technology, because like I wanted to make movies, but I had to go to school in state. So they had theater, and I was like, scenic design sounds cool. Like, you get to control what the world looks like, I think that's interesting. That's fun. Like, in Sims, I just be building. Yeah, like I just be building in the Sims. So I'm like, oh, that's my degree.
Yeah, and you're the handy homie.
Yeah. I'm like, I got a whole degree into like construction. It's wild. Yeah.
Playground construction.
Playground construction, yeah. Nothing permanent. I can't really build a house, but I could build something that looks like a house,
I can't really build a house, but I can build something that looks like a house.
Looks like a house. It is not structurally sound. But what about you, Bree? Where'd you go to school?
I also went to West Virginia University for 2 years.
2 years.
I came to Morgantown to be a musical theater major because I wanted to be an MT, but there's no musical theater programs in the state of Maryland.
Yeah.
And so there was a Commonwealth, so I can go to West Virginia and get in-state tuition because y'all had a major that I didn't have. So, you know, that was great. Until it wasn't, because this program was not meant.
It was not prepared.
It was not ready. And I was ready to be like a trailblazer and like help build this thing up.
And they weren't ready.
They didn't want it.
Yeah.
So I left. And went to University of the Arts to be a directing, playwright, and production major, because, you know, also what I learned was I hated auditioning. Can't make a living off an actor if you don't want to go to the job interview.
That's a big component.
Yeah. Well, also, like, me and JC had some really good talks. And so being behind the table is more my thing. And I really wanted to go there because one time in high school, somebody came and was like, have y'all ever thought about, like, what art parties in the city might feel like? And I was never been able to, like, unsee that image. And truly, I think about it, and I'm just like, I feel like the cookout that we had the other day felt like that image of what a UArts party was, like, painted to be.
Wow.
But wasn't.
Oh, it's interesting, because I'm like, that whole vibe was still like, that's so different from a West Virginia party.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, it is.
West Virginia parties are like just chaotic.
Yeah.
It's like Project X. You got people jumping off of roofs.
Yeah,
like,
I think about Snow Day and like the swim team just like diving through those like 3 inches in their Speedos.
People going down High Street.
Yeah,
like,
burning couches.
burning dumpsters, pushing dumpsters down. It is a bubble. It's an interesting, very interesting place.
Yeah, just knowing that people send their kids off to the mountains.
Yeah.
And this is what's going on. Like, clowns
There's nothing
were
else to
running
do.
at this time.
Yeah.
What you got? Another question for Nando.
All right, let's see. What is Fernando?
Ooh, you got one coming out the bottom.
Oh. I guess that's the one then.
All right, Fernando has spoken.
Fernando has spoken. All right.
What's the question, Imani?
How should we regulate our current economic system?
Thoughts?
Tell me.
Me?
Yes.
Oh!
You can go first.
Oh, right. I think that we should all invest in crypto. Just kidding. Absolutely. I think that money is not stable in general.
It's not, because it's made up.
Yeah. And it's made up around like white supremacist priorities. I think the way to regulate our economy is by demolishing white supremacy. And that's how we truly restructure everything.
Okay, yeah. You know, how should we regulate our current economic system? I guess, like, if I'm being, like, baby steps, you know, what can we do today? You know, because you gave the big grand sweeping answer, and I'm like, I agree.
Tear down everything,
I agree.
start over.
Yes. But, you know, as for what we can do today, I don't think that corporations should be making laws. I think that we should get rid of that. I don't think politicians should, like, have, you know, money in these businesses and therefore pass laws that makes them more money. You know, laws should be passed purely on what is needed. And, you know, for the people, not for the corporation. But, like, what does that even mean in America?
It's true.
Yeah.
I'll say I should not be answering this question at all. I don't know anything about our actual economic situation.
I don't have a degree. I have a degree in theater.
Right.
I can build pretend houses.
Making a fake house look like a house.
Making a fake house look like a house. I don't know about our economic system.
Well, Fernando has decided to ask, if you could have dinner with a famous person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Dead or alive, you know, I would love to talk to Prince, I guess.
Ooh.
I think Prince was so interesting and really in his own lane and doing whatever he wanted, and was like such, like, especially for his time, was an unconventional black man. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And so, yeah, I'm, like, so sad that he didn't get to live to be an old man. Because I live for, like, the idea of, like, old man Prince and how, like, sassy he would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I would just like to talk to Prince just about anything, really. Just have dinner.
Do you remember Batty Winkles?
Yes, that old lady.
The iconic old Instagram lady.
Mm-hmm,
I'm like, Prince would have gave Batty Winkle energy. And in the sense of, like, the way that we root for, like, Betty White. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be Prince.
Yeah.
Except on a way different level.
On a way different level for the culture.
Yeah. I would say, dead or alive, I'm kind of leaning towards Issa Rae right now.
All right, yeah,
just because, like, the multimedia, multidisciplinary brain is something that, like, I clearly relate to.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm thinking Issa right now is not awkward.
She's very sure of herself.
Yes, but she knew awkward, and so she would understand why me having dinner with her would start off awkward, but then, like, slowly creeps its way into insecurities that like are now aired out, and then we can live our sweet life together and enjoy desserts.
I would like to, like, talk to Issa about, like, reality TV. Like, I just want to, like, have a glass of wine and just binge reality TV with Issa, because you can tell she really likes reality television.
It's funny because when you said that, I imagined, like, Kerry Washington also being there, because I'm thinking about Olivia Pope and her glass of wine and her popcorn, and I'm just like, oh yeah,
on her all white couch.
Yes,
it's like, you're living a dangerous life, girl.
I mean, yes.
I mean, yeah.
Olivia Pope in general is living a dangerous life.
All right, cool. Prince and Issa.
Prince and Issa would be dope. I mean, like, I should have a dinner party.
I know. I was like, I want to have a dinner party and have Prince and Issa there. So Fernando has decided to ask if I can open this paper.
Yeah, I believe in you. It's only a sticky note.
What is your favorite song to sing in the shower?
Ooh. Oh gosh, it feels like it depends on the day, because I'm like, my favorite song in general is Beautiful by India Arie, but, like, again, Lekele, Attitude is what I be screaming on a daily.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Lekele.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Lekele, Attitude. That's a good shower song. That's a good walk down the street. It's a good Pelly song. Like,
it is.
That's the only part that will take me out is Beyonce is God, so is Lekele, and who is it? Khalees is God, so is Beyonce. And that's the part that takes me out every time. I'm just like, blasphemy.
Oh my God.
But the rest of the song, bangers. March down the street, happy. I mean, even then, I'm just like, I feel this energy, but you will not catch me saying Beyonce is God. I can't. I'm sorry.
Damn,
love you. You're not God.
I mean, Beyonce says she is not.
Exactly.
Beyonce said God is God and I am not.
I will not put power to words.
All right. Okay. You know, honestly, my, like, favorite song to sing in the shower ultimately would be, like, Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Ooh.
Like, Marvin and Tammy, like, they were skating on that track for real. Like,
this is not an answer I would have expected.
The chemistry, I don't know. It's like the chemistry that they have on that song is just so
wavy.
It is so wavy. Like, they are just, I be just feeling it. I'm like, wow.
Yes.
Y'all are right. Ain't no mountain high enough. Like, I hear you. I feel you.
Up the mountain for real.
For real.
I do see that. I can see like roller skating up a mountain.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're just like skating on that
valleys.
track. It's beautiful. It's great. I like the timing. It's great. It feels good in the shower. It feels good. It's a good shower song. Ain't no mountain high enough.
I feel that.
Shout out to Marvin.
So does that mean you're singing both parts then?
Both parts,
of course.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, you gotta like turn around so you know you're when you're Marvin, and then turn when you know when you're Tammy.
So there's a whole shower choreography that goes along.
Yes, a whole shower choreography with this song.
No, me and Lekele aren't like popping like that in the shower, but I feel that. I wish I was now. What's the best spot to grab a bite to eat in Guam?
I don't know. In Guam?
This is a chaos question.
I've never been to the country of Guam, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, the best spot I would say pre-pandemic was like Destination Dogs. I loved Destination Dogs. Like, they had so many themed hot dogs, and it'd just be wild because there was a hot dog, you can get prime ribs, you know,
On a hot dog.
Yes, on a hot dog, because they were like themed after the airports. So like the hot dog would be named like, you know, Philadelphia Airport or whatever, and it would have like a cheesesteak, like a whole cheesesteak on the hot dog. Or there was one like the Hawaiian dog, and it had like pork belly and like this pineapple glaze. Like the Australian dog was made out of like kangaroo or something. Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, they had like hot dogs made out of like,
allowed to eat kangaroo?
oh, I don't know, maybe it wasn't kangaroo, but it was something exotic. Like,
Because I just remember there being like a rumor about like McDonald's burgers being made out of kangaroo at some point.
that feels so out of the way.
Yeah. But then also I feel like it was like the thing of, is this legal? Like are
Aren't
you
they
illegally
endangered?
selling
I don't
kangaroo
know.
meat?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if kangaroo is endangered or like if there is a rule saying we can't eat it. But they had hot dogs just made out of like different. There was like a hot dog made out of a python or something, or like a hot dog made out of like wild boar. But it was like themed for that airport's location. So they were wild. It was such a great place, but the pandemic took it out, unfortunately.
I feel like my loss in the pandemic has been Cosmos Pizza. Because that was just like one of those spots that gave you giant slices of pizza for like $1 something.
Wow.
And if you came in at the end of like right before they close and you look nice enough, they might just give you all the pizzas that they had sitting out. Yeah, it was
Miss you, Cosmo.
fantastic. And Miss Tootsie's.
Oh, yeah.
The black owned soul food spot on
Yes.
South Street. R.I.P. Miss Tootsie's, because that was
R.I.P. Miss Tootsie's.
delicious.
Wow.
Yeah, so sorry if you're in Guam.
Yeah,
I don't know where
I've
to
just
eat.
never been there. I'm sure there's like great food spots. Like, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe somebody else should start a podcast on Guam food.
Guam food. I'd listen because I'd be curious as to what they're eating. All right. So Fernando is asking. I don't feel like Uno's asking a question. I mean, Uno. I don't feel like Fernando's asking a question. It says, Uno, draw a 20 and then gift it to a friend like it's real.
So you about to draw
Like a $20 bill?
I don't know, draw a 20 and give it to me.
Like,
it's
what
real.
does this even mean? All right, I'm going to hand it to you like, your grandma does when she doesn't want your parents to know that she's handing you money. She's like, here, sweetie, here you go.
I just want everybody to know the way that Imani just dapped me up. Passing me a pink sticky note that just says $20.
Like that's what Fernando instructed me to do.
Wow, thanks Fernando.
Thanks.
I really needed that fake 20.
Yeah, he's like, you should put real money in me.
I guess that's what the university wanted me to do as well.
Yeah,
but
but
you
also they
should've
gave it to
me a
you.
piggy bank before exit counseling.
Exactly.
What a slap in the face.
What? By the way, this education that you just received wasn't free.
If you didn't know, start. Wow.
With this little piggy bank.
Truly, it's just like, we're not going to get into it. What's your favorite non-black movie featuring black people?
Oh, my favorite non-black movie featuring black people. I mean, I guess like a Tarantino movie.
Ooh.
Like, Jackie Brown.
Uh-huh.
Jackie Brown's a great movie, not made by a black person, but it has black people in it. Shout out to Pam Grier.
Yeah. I mean, that movie was written for Pam Grier.
It was. An icon she is. Yeah, I'll go with Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown.
I would say Bring It On.
Yes.
Because I feel like Bring It On was like one of those moments where I realized I was black. I watched it with like my family, like all my cousins who I don't really hang out with that much. But that time that we did, and we watched Bring It On together, and they all started like cheering when the Clovers won. And at first I was like, but they're not the main characters. But they were like, the black people won. And I was like, yeah, the black people won.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, yeah, black people.
Black people.
So now I'm like,
yeah, because like also it's like with Bring It On, whatever their team was,
the
Torrance. Yeah, thank you. I was like, her name was Torrance. Yes,
the Toro, the cheerleader.
The Toros, like they don't win. Like they don't win the competition. They get called out for stealing routines.
They do.
Black
people truly win in this movie.
Black people truly win. They go on the Oprah knockoff show that's not Oprah and get their trip paid for so they can make it. Like, yeah.
And Gabrielle Union's career pops off.
I mean, was it Bring It On that popped her off? Like,
I think so. I mean, like she even talked about in her book, like,
right.
Like I still only get referred to as what's her name from the Clovers or being Mary Jane. Like she didn't have a whole career in between.
A whole career. Gabrielle Union.
And now she's Dwayne Wade's wife.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know who Gabby was, then you never knew.
Yeah.
You only know Bring It On.
Yeah.
So, favorite non-black movie featuring black people.
Bring It On. All right. Fernando has to ask. What? Oh no, this is folded back. What's the most exciting piece you're working on?
Ooh.
We know we are working on an art show right now. That's pretty exciting. Open house at the Palace, October 3rd. Get your tickets. Pay what you decide. That's exciting. That's an exciting thing. I think everyone has submitted like really, really great art, and it's all so different. It's all so different, and I'm excited to see it in this house. I'm excited for people to come out and buy some art. You shouldn't have plain white walls.
I agree. I'm also equally excited to like curate that art show as well as I am like make more paintings for the art show. I feel like other than that, like there's a lot of like paid projects that I'm excited about, but the unpaid projects, the paintings, the paintings are definitely it.
Yes, I feel it.
Wow. Fernando is just chock full of nonsense.
He really is.
I hope this is like actually like getting to know us and not just like a true chaos, but also like it's a hang with the homies.
It's a hang with the homies. Low stakes over here.
So what are your sun, moon, and rising signs? What's your big three?
My big three. I am a Gemini sun. I am a Cancer moon.
Okay.
And I am a Libra rising.
I only know your sun sign.
Oh yeah, I'm two airs in a water there.
Oh
yeah.
So you really are go with the flow.
I truly am. Like I'm a Gemini, Sun, Mars, Venus, Mercury. I got a lot of air. And then I have my Libra rising, and then I have like my Cancer moon. So yes, I'm very go with the flow. Very.
Unlike myself here.
Yes.
Running 5 Capricorns deep. I need stability to be grounded. I am a Capricorn sun and moon with an Aries rising.
That fire sign.
Yeah. I have 0 water in my chart, which is why I stay thirsty. Romanticizing every human I interact with. And yeah, I feel like everything that's said about Capricorns feels on brand with myself. All my earth signs are Capricorn.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know how to break away from this, and I don't think I can.
No.
But if anything, I feel like meeting other Capricorns makes me feel affirmed because I love them all. Every Capricorn I've met, I'm just like, wow, you're a fantastic person.
Every Capricorn I have met, I have been like, you are definitely a Capricorn.
I agree, which is why I'm just like, wow, I love it. I love to see it.
It is a brand, definitely.
They're the overachievers.
The
Overachievers with smiles.
with smiles.
But like everybody's panicking. But like it's like a panic that has
it's like a panic
energy.
Yeah, it's like you're panicking, but at the same time, like you just told me how you're doing all these things. So like, what's the problem?
That's the panic. That's the problem. Is I signed up for 12 things and I'm doing them all at once.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I'm just always gonna say my part. That's me. I'm always gonna say my piece. All right. Fernando is asking, what is your current position on cancel culture? Like, I live on the line of like cancel culture isn't real and cancel culture is a problem. I think that sometimes it doesn't allow growth.
I agree.
But at the same time, like there are people who definitely need to be canceled. You know what I mean? I feel like, mainly on the internet, there's just a lack of nuanced thinking when it comes to these things. And so it's like, people, I think, you have to take in the full picture. When did this happen? What was the intent? Where are they now? Have they shown like signs of changing, of growing, of evolving? Because people evolve, and you can say some really like dumb things in the past and learn and be a completely different person in today's world. And so that's one thing, but like actually hurting people and causing pain and violence, that is a completely different thing. Like if you do that, then like, throw you in the trash.
Yeah.
Like
I agree. I feel like that's my biggest thing always is like education first.
Yeah.
And because I'm like, wow, I mean, if you didn't know better, then we should teach you better. And then once you know better, do better. Thank you, Maya Angelou.
Exactly.
But I also agree. Like if you know better and you continue to do horrible things, then there's no reason for us to support you.
No, you don't need grace.
No. Some people are just monsters.
Really, truly, and honestly.
Scooby-Doo taught us that the true monsters are really people.
Yes.
Don't you forget it.
Don't you forget
But also remember that they're also people.
Yeah.
So that means like they have the capacity and capability to like understand, to learn, to change.
All very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a case by case thing. Like,
some things can get canceled and some things can be rebranded.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Cancel culture.
Is this our final question?
Is it?
I don't know. I feel like it is.
It definitely is.
Yes. Final question.
Oh my gosh. Fernando's
okay.
tight. Damn. If you could join any TV family, who would it be? Oh my gosh. I'm like, the question of a lifetime.
The question of a lifetime. Any TV family. I like want to join the Fresh Prince family.
That was literally my first thought.
Yeah. But like sometimes I'm like, I don't know. Carlton feels like a lot sometimes.
No, I'm just like, these are rich Black people. I would happily live with some rich Black people, especially because like they're not conservatives. They're not stuck up.
They're Republicans.
What?
Yeah, there's like
I mean, Uncle, yes.
They're like Republicans, but like they talk about it. They talk about being more conservative. It is wild because like there's that episode when like their Black Panther homie like shows up at the door, and she's like, "Remember all these things that we did?" And they're like, "Uncle Phil, you did this."
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I know Uncle Phil is like a Republican, but like also he was part of like.
I'm like, you were a Black Panther, and then you became a judge.
And every time like Aunt Viv says something to Uncle Phil's like, chill out, like remember what we did, remember where we're from.
I don't know.
So I'm just like,
I feel like Uncle Phil forgot.
He did, but he's been unlearning since Will moved in. And so I'm just like, living with them, I don't have to be Will Smith. But also I can be myself and y'all would understand. You would still pay for me to go to school. You would still feed me, take care of me.
Treat me like your own.
Yeah, let me do what I want. And I get to live in Bel Air.
Yeah. So there's like no other.
Yeah. I'm like, the only thing that makes me want to like live somewhere else is like in a cartoon world. Like I'm only considering the imagination because I'm just like, if I could stretch trees, why not? Like, you know, like if I could live in Adventure Time.
That honestly, that sounds stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Cartoon worlds are stressful because anything can happen, but also exciting because anything can happen. I'm like, Bel Air sounds like the safest option.
Okay.
And I think that's probably why I'm thinking about it. What family would I live in? Affluent Black people.
Yeah, I would also join the sister family. Because I love Lisa. Lisa was such a good time.
But then you have to get Ray too.
But Ray honestly is not that bad. That's like true. You know, he's just not Lisa. Like that's all it is. He's just not Lisa. But he's actually pretty cool. He's not like Frank and Moesha. Like I hate Frank. So
I don't know Moesha like that.
Man, I do not like Frank at all.
Honestly, I'm like, if living single was a family and not a family.
Yes, honestly, you know, they are a family. They are a family.
So it's like, which family? Like a chosen family or like
an actual family?
A nuclear family.
Yeah, you know, nuclear family, I would go with, I don't know. I'm really on the fence with Fresh Prince and Sister. I'm
still going to stick with the Fresh Prince. If a stable nuclear family, the Fresh Prince has...
You don't think Sister, they were stable?
Sure. I think, no, they absolutely were. But I don't know. Something about that whole unit feels secure.
I don't know. When's the last time you watched Sister?
It's been a minute.
Okay. See,
I've watched one episode like
revisit it. I've been binging Sister lately, and I'm like, wow, this actually is even better than I remembered. Mm-hmm. You know, like I was a Sister fan, but watching it now, I'm like, wow, this actually still holds up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so nuclear family, Sister, or Fresh Prince, and chosen family, definitely living single.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Until some new buddy comes around and tells me something different.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't see anybody new.
I don't either. No.
I don't want Molly as my friend.
I do not.
I don't want Darius as a friend either.
No.
Trading all my cell phones for pit bulls. Who knows what happens in Atlanta?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to join those worlds either.
Yeah. Security.
Thank you.
And that's our hang with the homie.
Yeah, you know, thank you, Fernando, for providing us such great questions.
Yeah, what possibilities you're full of.
Not
money or savings, but possibilities.
Bonding.
What a repurpose of a slap in the face.
Reduce, reuse, Rihanna.
Reduce, reuse, Rihanna.
Yes.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's the recycling Rihanna.
So I guess it's like time to wrap this thing up, you know?
Yeah. All good things have to come to a close,
you know?
But, you know, we're Black, so it's going to be another like 15 minutes. Yeah. Right before you go, Imani, why don't you tell them what's coming up?
All right. So, you know, I already brought it up in that question Fernando asked, but October 3rd is open house at the Palace. It is an art exhibition, auction, thrown by OMG Studios. Mm-hmm. So come on out. It's at the Palace, which is a home of some homies.
The Three Kings, as mentioned in our intro. Is that a through line? Were we dropping motifs? I don't
look at us. Full circle.
Anyway, the Palace is the home of the Three Kings, three of our homies who live in Grays Ferry, and you will not get their address until you reserve your ticket.
Yeah.
Because it is a home, but you know
there are rules.
Yeah, reserve a ticket though.
Reserve a ticket
because it is 4 floors of wall to wall, grown and brown music. Art.
DJ David Dunnington on the roof.
Oh yeah. Once you make it up to the 4th floor, you will be rewarded.
Yes,
with DJ David Dunnington.
DJ David Dunnington.
But we have silent auction. We've got a live auction, and of course, all pieces are just able to be bought immediately.
Not all pieces.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, there are, there's some art that's just live auction. There's some art that is silent auction, and there's some art that you can just buy on the spot.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if a piece that you like doesn't get sold at auction, you are always welcome to hit up the artist.
Yeah, that's
and
what
buy
I'm
it that
thinking.
way.
I'm like, go buy some art.
But, you
Regardless
know,
if
don't
it's
see
through
this live auction piece and be like, I'm buying this now, unless you're ready to bid, you know?
Right.
So,
Right.
Open House at the Palace. Check it out at ohmygoss, GAUSE.com. It'll be in the bio.
HMY.
Yeah. ohmygoss.com. And we'll put it in like the description for this episode, so you can just click on that link. Go there, get your ticket, pay what you decide. If you want to pay us $50 for this ticket, you can go for it. If you want to pay us nothing, go for it. You know, pay what you decide.
Truly, like, you would look at this options from 0 to 100 and be like, why are these options? Because we don't know what your wallet is looking like.
We don't.
Last time we threw an event, somebody was like, how can I give more than $20? We'll buy 5 $20 tickets. Okay. Yeah. Well, now you don't have to do that. Just buy one $100 ticket instead of buying 5. So you don't have to take up all the space. Just open your wallet if that's what you want to do.
If that's what you want to do, like, I'm here to support it. And then open your wallet again at the auction.
Making it easier for you.
Making it easier.
This is a fundraiser for us because, you know, OMG Studios has officially become an LLC this year.
Official.
So, like, we official. We trying to open up bank accounts and stuff. But, you know, like, we need to put money in those bank accounts.
Yes.
We got lots of plans for the year, which is super, super exciting. But, you know, we need to fund those things because we believe in paying people. And
we do.
If you also believe in paying people, then help us pay people.
Exactly. A pillar of OMG Studios is paying people. So... Absolutely. We are also starting a Patreon.
Yes, Patreon drops tomorrow. So if you are interested in supporting OMG Studios and our mission to create opportunities for love and education to shine through art, then come follow us on Patreon, /OMG Studios. You can support us anywhere between $2 and $25 a month. So, you know, like,
we're giving out friendship bracelets.
Yes, friendship bracelets, exclusive content behind the scenes. If you really liked hanging with us, the homies, then you can, like, get more homie content on Patreon.
Yes. Like exclusive takes. If you have a special shout out that you want to give to someone, let us know and we will shout them out right here on this podcast.
Yeah. Also, if you have questions for us, if you would like to submit questions to Fernando, our
question pig,
then please do on
Patreon. You know, and once you join the Patreon, you're an actual homie.
Yeah, I mean, we give you a friendship bracelet. It's official.
It's official. It's friendship bracelet. You official. You a homie for real.
Yeah. So shout out to all the future homies.
I'm so excited to meet all of you.
Yeah. And shout out to Aunt Parker, our audio engineer.
Shout out to you, Aunt.
Aunt Parker also has a Spotify and I believe a SoundCloud. So if you
that'll also be in the bio.
Trying to listen to the sounds of Aunt Parker,
go for it.
Please do.
Recommend.
Anybody else you want to shout out? Because, you know, why not?
I'm gonna shout out you, Bree.
Why?
I mean, what do you mean why? I always want to shout you out. You do so much. You're so inspiring. You're wonderful to work with. So shout out to Bree.
Shout out to you, homie, for holding it down and keeping us grounded, and also for, like, always being a pillar of growth that I could look up to.
Thanks. You know, I'm just trying to be like a plant, you know.
I hear that.
Shout out to the Three Kings for throwing that wonderful housewarming.
Yeah, and for letting us use that house once again for their event.
Yes, again, for the event. Like, we're going to plug it.
I'm like, do we need to shout out the Kings individually? I say so, because Devin Sinclair, a fantastic director, choreographer, an incredible host.
Incredible host.
And also just, like, party going Capricorn king.
Yes. Once again, it's like, of course you're a Capricorn.
I love it so much. I'm just like, that's my work husband. Like, we share a brain.
That's my alarm to feed my cats.
And it also agrees. It said, I'm chiming in.
Yes.
Devin is a Capricorn
there
king.
You go.
Malik Muhammad, a fantastic actor,
yes.
also LGBTQ activist.
Yes, and he's wonderful to, like, talk to. Like, if you
truly inspirational.
Oh my gosh, truly. Even, like, Dawn, we came home that night, and even Dawn was like, wow, I love talking to Malik.
Yeah.
We like got to have a nice conversation at the cookout as well, and it was great.
Every interaction with Malik is so warming and consuming. I feel like this man is going to devour me at any moment, and I'm always
but in the
here
best way
for it.
possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Niger bun.
Yes, Grill Master.
Yeah, Grill
Food
Master.
was delicious.
Our anime fave.
We
love an anime nerd.
Yes. Yes. Black anime
animator.
nerds. Shout out to you. And an animator. Talented. Look at all this talent in this house.
3 kings.
3 kings.
Sitting in their palace in Grays Ferry.
And you can meet them if you come to open house at the palace.
And us and all our other artsy homies.
Yeah. And be on the lookout. Like, there's so many things happening this OMG Studios season. So,
yeah. So, shout out to the future.
Shout out to the future. Well, I guess that's it, Bree. We'll be back in November.
That's true. This is a bi-monthly podcast.
Bi-monthly. Because we're busy.
Yeah, we be busy.
We have a lot going on.
Every podcast, you're going to hear about what's happening.
Yeah.
You're going to hear from some of our homies who are working with us.
Yes. Next podcast, we'll get to have a guest.
Yeah. It won't just be us and Fernando.
Yes. Well, Fernando's going to spice it up.
I know, although I'm not gonna shit on us and Fernando because I'm just like, no, we're cool. I think we're fun. Yeah. But I think other people are fun, and I want to share other people.
Yes, bring another homie.
Let's uplift some homies.
Uplifting homies. Homies uplifting homies.
Yeah.
Hang with the homies.
Home with the homies.
Well, I guess that's it.
Great.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.